One take wine. We're back. May still getting towards the end of it. Beautiful May type Swedish weather and lots of sunshine and opportunities for wine. We have a birthday in the house, so let's get right to it. I've opened 2 bottles yesterday, which I'll talk a little bit about. And then we opened a bottle of champagne for the birthday girl, which I'll talk about as well. So the first wine here, what do we got in the glass? Nice golden color, nice golden hue, quite deep. A bit caramelly on the nose, which is a bit different than last night. These have been open and not even refrigerated actually. No, just kept in the window overnight. Yeah, yeah. Lovely. Very deep, very rich mouth sort of coating, oily butter and pineapple, hot buttered pineapple punch almost, with a little hint of grassiness yesterday, but that grassiness is kind of gone a little bit today. Really nice. That buttery, that that buttery pineapple flavor is just so compelling. Kind of medium length, big mid palate, really big mid palate. Maybe a little short, maybe not so much drive on the finish, but a decent persistence and a very well made wine. It's super balanced. And this wine is a 2008 Faiveley Meursault Premier Cru from Blagny. Blagny is pretty interesting. I didn't know so much about this terroir, which is essentially bordering Perrières and Meursault. This I wouldn't say that you get that from this wine. I wouldn't confuse it with the Perrières at all. I would be way more in the Meursault side of things. And I got introduced to these Blagny wines from this Comtesse de Chérisay, which I think I may have done an earlier video on. And if not, I'll do it in the future. But they're wonderful Meursaults, very clean and pure and vigorous, as well as high-class Meursault. And this is Faiveley. And of course, again, this was an 08 being 08. 08 is probably the best white wine vintage in a long time. So couldn't resist, especially at auction at the price they were going for. They were basically giving them away. It's insane. I don't understand a thing. Really great wine. If you see it, don't even hesitate. I would say that's a hard purchase. So second wine, what do we got in the glass? Well, much lighter in color as you can see. Or maybe you can't see, but you'll just have to take my word for it. Give it a bit of a swirl, and this wine it felt to me, especially yesterday, that maybe it was going through a little bit of a reticent period, a little bit of a I'm not ready to come out and play with abandon. At the same time, I'm pretty great as I am. So it's one of those wines. It's a very different character wine here. This is very soft linen and quite light, actually, surprisingly. Yeah, very linen-y and floral, and a pure, clean lemon flavor. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful back end on this. Towards the finish, it really starts to it's a bit bitter on the finish, which is nice, but it's got some long sort of mineral kind of claim to it. But it is lighter than I expected, and I don't know if that's going to come out in the bottle or not. It's just the purity of this is exceptional. I mean, it's really, really nice wine, but it's a bit surprising considering where it comes from. For two reasons. I thought it would be A, more mineral, and B, bigger wine. And I've had this in other vintages, which were much more driving and pushy, and this is not as driving and pushy. Still, I love it. Yeah, so we have a Perrières, Meursault Perrières Premier Cru 2014, which to me is the second best white wine vintage in Burgundy in the periods that we're talking about. 08 first and then 14 second in my book. 16 and 2 and things like that come afterwards. And we can argue about that. Even 05 right now is drinking tremendously well. But the 14, that's what attracted me to this, because I know what a great wine vintage this is. I like Domaine de Montille's Perrières. I think it's a great wine. Usually, I think this is in a little bit of a sleepy phase, or a little bit of a not down phase, because it's still drinking wonderfully. It's just that I can't be sure, that it's probably going to blossom into something much, much, much more powerful, and because it doesn't have that power right now, and I'm not too sure I even recognize it, so I'm not sure about. I'm just kind of going on my assumption, having had other vintages of this wine, so we'll see. I have some more bottles. I'll probably hold off a little bit. I'll try and save some of them, and we'll see what happens. All right, and so the third bottle, which was open for the birthday situation. What do we got in the glass? We went a different color with a little bit of rosé. And this is a pure strawberry nose. I mean, it's insanely even wild strawberry, you could say, maybe. Confirmed in the mouth. Great mouthfeel. It's like strawberry ice cream. Melted strawberry ice cream. Really, really fine. A little nice, refreshing bitterness in the finish. Say in the second third, it starts there, and it builds towards a finish, which is a very expansive finish. It starts as a funnel and sort of grows out like an aperture, and then kind of blossoms out into this sort of cloudy haze of wonder. Absolutely lovely stuff. Wish I had more of it. I like the creaminess in this. It's really good. I'm impressed. It's a Bollinger Grande Année 2012 Rosé. And I remember when these came out, I think maybe 2 years ago. And I popped one of them right away. And I was a little disappointed, to be fair. I thought it was the bitterness was much more pronounced, and the fruit was much more subdued, and it's probably because they'd just been it was too soon after their dégorgement, so maybe they were a little bottle shocked, or they needed a year or two in bottle to sort of mellow out. Really nice. It's starting to kind of, like I said, that creaminess, that strawberry ice cream, or strawberries and cream, you could say. I don't know why I want to say ice cream. It feels more like fudgesicle, melted fudgesicle. Fudgesicle. Some kind of strawberry magnum ice cream, melted, blah blah. But that bitterness gives it a refreshing sense of, nothing cloying, everything in its place. It's very herbal, that sort of second, third. And it kind of goes booming and crashing out on the palate towards the end. All right. That's it for this week. One Take Wine. thanks for watching, and we'll have some more soon, I hope. And when we do, we'll share them together. All right, see you then.